Welcome to another week of Quad Chat.
What's up, guys?
Well, Jake is remote today. We're going to give a few minutes for YouTube to ping people and let people join us.
Debating on like sitting on my truck and like there's no good place to sit.
Oh, you didn't park it somewhere where you have a bench?
I thought I did, but now there's a bunch of children. I don't want to look like some creeper. So.
Hi, Bubby.
Hi, Bubby.
Hi,
What's
FPV
up, guys?
Mama.
How's Ghost Brunch?
Yeah. I'm going to apologize since I am mobile. I can't do screens. I can't see chat. I can't do any of that. So I'm a horrible guest show person.
Can you see
today.
this?
I can. I'm not eating because I'm on the road. Do you want me to eat? I'll eat something. Hold on.
Ooh,
I'll find something to eat.
He eats for every show. Every show.
I'm trying
Let me
to
dig in my truck.
Like I said, I ate first.
Oh my gosh. I got my
drone bag like sitting here ready to roll. My goggles are down here ready. I want to rip it back. Oh, I can eat a Pop-Tart. Does Pop-Tart work?
Yes.
I mean, it's food.
It's food.
I had to bring that chair closer because I have another cat begging us to come on. Bubby says you should always have a hoagie in your back pocket for safety.
I concur. What's
a hoagie?
A protein base for safety.
Yeah, what's a hoagie?
It's like a sub sandwich.
A hoagie's a sub?
Basically.
I thought a hoagie was like a hot dog or a sausage or something.
Well, then why did you ask what a
back pocket?
Yeah, he's saying keep it in the back pocket. So you keep a sandwich in your back pocket? Yeah, I guess. That's impressive.
Which one?
You must have big pockets.
Pop-Tarts.
Jake has snacks.
Okay.
Ghost Branch said he had lasagna with a teaspoon. So I guess that slowed him down.
And I'm getting even more hungry.
Jack Fu says Lexi can out-eat Jake.
Well, I have information for you.
Okay. New show. Hot dog eating contest. 2 a.m.
A hot dog eating contest.
No, pizza eating contest. I'm gonna win.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
I feel like that's not fair though, because your pizza's all thinner crust over there, isn't it? Whereas like Jake's pizza, like one slice is like this big thick crust and like.
Depends what you order.
Yeah, but she's actually pretty tiny, so it's really crazy to see how she eats the whole thing. So.
You're calling me fat, bro?
No, he's saying that she's so little. He
kidding.
can't believe it.
I'm a hobbit, so
what's
it's
a sander?
Logical. I eat a lot.
Yes.
Bubby says it's a sander. I love his slang tonight. What's a sander?
I guess that's East Coast versus West Coast.
He says, Jake, I better see you eating a hoagie next Wednesday.
100%.
The show's not next Wednesday, it's the Wednesday after.
I
will, Bubby. By the way, Bubby, congratulations, my man. I saw the announcement and everything.
Oh, yeah,
pretty dope.
Good for you.
Definitely a round of applause for Bubby.
Oh, and also a round of applause for Kats. You have an anniversary, 5 years.
Yes, Kronix will be joining us later. 5 years living, almost 5 years living together, but 5 years dating. So we'll get into that soon because it's crazy.
Yes. Congrats.
Yes.
Oh my god.
2 years of FPVing together out of those 5. You, mister, I'm sorry, I have a very needy, attention-seeking cat here right now who just thinks he's like the show's star and he likes to say hi, and then he usually leaves me alone. He's not looking at the camera because he doesn't know where it is now. He's just purring.
I'm beautiful.
He knows. Every show he comes in, he's like, I have to sit here. Yeah, Adidas says you're always eating.
Nice chairs, boys.
He doesn't like it.
Kids, guys, whatever. Oh my gosh. I don't even know how to initiate this. I'm like the only person without a FPV partner here.
Well, that's why you get to do all the questions. And it's good, though, Jake, because you get to talk about why you wish you had an FPV partner.
I can't do that. That's not productive on my end. That'll get me smacked.
Your wife doesn't watch this show. It's not like she's gonna go watch it tonight.
Someone's gonna send it to her, just like, hey, you should know about it.
They tune in every once in a while. Come on now.
I think
Oh
that's,
my gosh.
that's
Yeah, she does. She popped into a couple of your videos.
I think that's a classic no risk, no
Oh, it's a
fun.
bit laggy tonight too, guys.
No fun.
Oh.
Agreed,
Anyways,
right? I'm just letting everyone catch up here. We've got Master Roshi, we've got Bubby, FPV Mama, Lanuzo, Ghost Brand, Royal Mackenzie, Colin Pinard, Flying Brian. I'm trying to see who else is in here. It moves quick sometimes, that chat.
Well, I did not get to
Optimized
fly the
Drone
crane
is going to
today.
be popping in and out. Squirrel? Is that SQWRL? Is Squirrel FPV, I would assume? And Angel. So welcome, everyone. Also, hi, Lawrence Martin. All right, so now I think we can get into it. We gave everyone about 5 minutes to show up. Hey, Plummet, how are you? So, sorry, I'm first because my allergies are driving me nuts. But it is a different kind of show because we're not doing the whole interview format with Lexi before. She was wonderful. And because it was Rich's and my anniversary today, we decided let's do a FPV couple show because there's very few in the actual hobby.
True.
Obviously, there's Kronix and I, there's Lexi and Heiko. Who else is there? Like, let's go through some of them just
Harley
to
Quinn
give
and
some
Willy.
recognition.
Yeah, Harley.
Yes,
and,
I think Harley Quinn
Willy.
and Wild Willy are two big ones. Rotor Bob and Rotor Jess, I know. There's Stoner Trash
Holger
and
Daniela.
Reckless.
Yeah, true.
Oh, who's that one?
Holger and Daniela are from Germany. They're from Rerun Racing, and they are a couple that's racing together.
Oh, cool.
Found a trash can.
That's awesome.
I'm being responsible.
Could you guys up the volume of Lexi and Heiko a tiny bit? Can you guys up your volume, Lexi, a little bit?
I think I did. Is it better
Let's
now?
see if Ghost Branch can hear you better. Does Stellar Fox's husband fly though, Brian? Because that's why I didn't
think so.
I didn't even think to ask her. Like I know he used
yes,
to,
he did.
but does he fly now? Thanks, Royal, for popping by. So yeah, so they were. There's got to be more that we're forgetting.
Yeah, well, if he's not flying anymore, maybe we should not use them as an example.
Truth.
There's some couples that we know that
True,
the
and I
guys
can't
stopped
tell.
flying.
Yeah, Lexi, you brought that point. So Kronix doesn't really fly anymore because he's mostly on his dirt bike now. But he'll still fly his wings and fly with me occasionally. But you said that you know a couple other... The guy's ability and the guy's dropped off, you were saying?
Like with Pretty Fly. Her husband is not flying anymore.
Well, he was not flying for 1 or 2 events at least.
No, she said that she told me that he's not flying anymore at all.
Completely? Okay.
Yeah, completely. That he's out. But she's still flying and she's rocking it.
So Ghost Brain says he's getting his girlfriend into FPV, but he has to find a girlfriend first.
Okay.
So
Good job. That well
Heiko
played,
has some
sir.
tips for
So
that.
that brings me to the point that we should get more women into FPV, so they will find partners there.
Yes.
Absolutely.
This is something that works
So
for him.
for those who don't know, yeah, for those who don't know, why don't you give a backstory on how you two met?
Well, we know each other for like, I don't know, how long? 4 years now?
Yeah, maybe.
Basically as long as I fly FPV, because she started before I did. And yeah, well, so we knew each other for a long time anyway.
Actually, on first event, we know that we've been on the same event, but I don't remember him there.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, that's lovely.
I mean, you were so focused on winning, right?
Yeah, I was actually focused on winning against another girl.
Way to be.
Same for me. So I was totally focused on trying to win. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Then
Yeah.
the first one,
And then-
but later on.
We've been friends.
So that's just how it evolves then, right? When you're friends and then at some point you notice it's maybe more. And, yeah,
You do
that's-
something for me and I invite you for dinner.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, sorry. Let's restart. The story is like I brought her pizza, and she did fall in love. That's how it is.
No, it wasn't like that.
That's
He did
awesome.
something for me, and I said I owe you a
He
dinner,
knew.
and
He
he
knew
was
that-
like,
did.
okay. And then our friends were actually calling me, and they were saying like, Lexi, you're going for a date with Heiko. If you won't call me in 1 hour, I'm calling police.
Oh man.
So,
Oh boy.
so it was only pizza. That's all you needed.
Yeah, I'm an easy person.
And was it like something? So you said the friendship just kind of developed, and then you just decided one day. Too long, but I think, are you guys at like what, a couple months now, like 5-6 months or so, roughly, like something
We're
like
getting
that,
close
right?
to a year, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting close to a year right now.
Wow,
Can I point
that's
something out real
awesome
quick?
though.
Hmm?
I'm mobile, and I'm not lagging, but she is.
Yeah, she is lagging.
Yeah.
I know, it's because Kronix is lagging me out. Usually we
Tell
turn
him to
off everything,
stop.
but yeah, I'm going to. I'm gonna ask.
Dude, stop. Stop lagging her. Is he kidding? She muted herself just to tell him stuff.
Oh yeah,
she-
you did my
She
stuff.
didn't just. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
No,
She
no,
had to
you
mute
mute.
herself.
It's a polite thing to do.
Yes.
No, I was nice. I just asked him to turn off
Okay.
his phone Wi-Fi and see if his Oculus is still going. Because with Oculus, it's all online, so I think it's eating. We don't have good internet here, and we can't get better. I've looked into it, so usually this is the only internet we can use for the whole showtime, or else it just lags
Yeah.
out. So sorry, guys, for any lag that we're dealing with.
So here's a question for you two: was it the FPV or was it the pizza?
Well,
You should
well,
answer.
well, that's easy. Because for me it was the FPV, for her it was the pizza.
Actually, our
There you
first
go.
date was a steak. Just saying.
Yeah, true.
Oh, so you
Okay,
guys went a bit
so-
classier for the first one.
So for Lexi, it was the food. For Heiko, right?
Correct, yeah.
It was the FPV.
Correct, yes.
That works. That works.
Yeah, right?
I love food, okay?
Yeah.
I think I'm
That's all right.
blushing.
That's all right. I
This
love
is
food
so
too.
embarrassing. I know,
I think everyone
right?
likes food.
Food is awesome. Food understands.
Now, do you two get more competitive when you're racing against each other?
No,
Or are you
not-
like
not at
super
all.
supportive and you give up a little bit more?
Well,
We're
Like,
usually
we-
not in the same group
I
though.
think we only had it once that we were in the same group. Well, the thing is,
And
like,
I was
usually-
afraid that you're gonna hit me because on trainings before this, every time we were flying together, he was hitting me.
Well, in FPV nobody's hitting anyone, but
Was it
Yeah.
intentional?
Dude,
It's not possible,
You
come
cut
on.
off the whole top plate of my drone. I still don't know how this happened.
well, the way I see it is actually that she was hovering right in the middle of the track.
I was
so-
not.
I remember that picture. Or you did it in your video or something. You went over and you're like, how did this happen?
Yes, that was this. I was
Oh,
like,
man.
all of a sudden, I just lost the vision and everything. I'm like, what happened? And then Heiko's like, I think I hit something. And I come there and I was like, the whole top plate, the ESC was still there. The FC was not there anymore. The camera was off. Like the whole top plate was cut off in half. And I was like, how did it even happen?
That's quite the drone. Like,
Sounds weird.
he was flying with actual chainsaws so that they would just cut away for you.
Yeah, they were
Metal.
just steak knives.
Yeah, spinning steak knives.
Yeah, but
That's
usually we are
brutal.
supporting each other. So we are we're spotting each other. We are doing the DVRs with like better DVR and stuff like this, and we're helping each other like with
Yeah.
building, repairing stuff like this. So,
So you guys are each other's pit crew.
yes,
Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome.
So
That's
it's really important, I think, because we know exactly what to tell the other one without having a misunderstanding. For example, if you're in a race, in a KO race, and you tell someone to push, then that person does not know what does it mean. What does pushing mean? How hard do I have to go? So we know exactly what to tell each other and know exactly what it means.
Also, our builds are so similar that we can just switch drones if the one of us gets rid of all of them.
That's awesome, though. That's handy.
Yeah, we fly pretty
That's
similar
impressive.
rates.
Yeah, we
Actually, the
fly
same?
the same rates now.
Yeah, the same rates. You just switch the crossfire module and you just go.
So did he match your rates or did you match his rates?
I actually matched yours, I think. Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome. So
I'm
you guys
laughing at the
compromised in that scenario as well.
But it was not far off, so it was
Yeah.
easy. Yeah.
The whole chat right now is discussing going to the bathroom because
What the hell?
because Bubby said that beans are the best because they make you flow, and now everyone's just talking about beans making them go to the bathroom.
Bathroom, not a good subject. I
What
was
are,
sick for 2 days.
Alexi, they want to know what your guys' rates are, if you know them.
You can actually go to Instagram of FPV and chill, and he actually made my build and my rates for racing in his Instagram posts this week. So it's pretty fresh.
FPV and
And
chill?
chill, yeah.
One word or
Like,
two
and
words?
chill.
I think it's one word. I'm gonna check.
Just so I can pass it on to them.
He makes.
Don't
like,
worry
builds of
if you
people.
guys are eating. I totally encourage eating because we make a great dinner show, apparently. This is a clean show without Jake vomiting, so you're safe to eat, I promise.
Yeah, it's FPV and chill with
N
three
or
L's.
A-N-D?
A-N-D.
Oh,
And
okay.
has
Bubby
three
posted
L's.
it.
Oh yeah, so it's basically there.
And
These chips
Linozo,
kinda
I
taste
get
like
it.
dirty feet.
He made it for race.
Ow.
Yeah, he made it for Flight 1, so it's all good there.
Thank you, Lawrence, for the compliment. That's very sweet of you. It's honestly hard to even do every 2 weeks streaming. So I have huge respect for people like Lexi, who constantly is putting out content, and Bardwell and that. Like, if you're not trying to do that daily content in these constant lives, it's a lot of work. Like, it's honest to God another job. And then you also have to be like pushing on social media. But all of that's another topic. And Lexi actually has an entire book out on that aspect.
Yes, I do.
Which
Yeah,
I loved, by
see?
the way. I read most of it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have ADHD, so as soon as I saw something shiny, I went the opposite direction. But I did read a lot of it, and I think it's awesome that you put that out there, and it helped me quite a bit in a lot of different ways. And yeah,
That's the best I could hear.
I
You
think it's
made my day
amazing
and
you
it's
have a
just
book.
2 a.m.
Oh, I know. That's the other thing. These guys are up at 2 a.m. to do this show. Like,
Especially
how
for you
amazing.
guys.
Yes.
Love-
yeah, you guys are
And
wild.
while
I can't believe
moving.
that.
They're also moving right now. So this is the last time you will ever see the studio they're in.
Nice
Um,
chairs, by the way. I'm jealous. I want one.
Yeah, a couple of people said they want your chairs.
Oh yeah, actually we bought them together. Yeah.
Oh, we actually
was
got
awesome.
them on like a discounted price because I was talking to the guy in English and he got so confused. He actually told us the lower price. Like we saved how many? 400 euros or something like this?
No, it wasn't
Wow.
that much. No, it was 150 percent.
150?
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
well,
so-
dollar would be like 200.
Yeah. So when he said the price, I was like, well, I'm gonna take one too.
Yeah, because that's an amazing deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah,
And they had to sell it like this to us.
I'm rocking a Costco chair. Actually, no, I'm not. It's a leather Ford F-150.
I would say you're in a truck. I am unfortunately in a cheap Walmart chair and it's starting to squeak. And my boss gets mad when I'm in a work meeting and it's squeaky. So I have to get a new chair. So maybe I'll get one of your fancy chairs.
Yeah, why not let your boss pay for it?
Yeah,
then?
exactly.
I wish it
Truth.
worked that way. I was just seeing there was a question. Oh, Jack Fu wanted to know if while you're practicing, are you guys competitive with each other?
Well, we do it like that. Like usually, if we want to train the competitiveness, then we say like I have to fly 5 rounds, and Lexi has to fly 4 rounds, for example, and then we are really both have to go for it. So we are in the end finishing exactly at the same time.
Yeah, like
And if anyone does a mistake, basically loses.
yeah, and sometimes guys even say like at the end you have to be how is it 50% worse or something like this, and if you
Wow.
do it, you get extra cheese on your pizza.
Oh yeah, that's
So you know it's an extra bonus for me because I'm like I want to get my pizza, and then they are calculating if this 1 second was enough, and I'm like, dude, we're talking about extra cheese.
Yeah, which is how much for you guys?
Cheese
Like,
matters.
$1?
Cheese matters.
Cheese matters.
Yes.
Oh god. Don't start that. That's something
well,
else
actually,
that
if you go with 50% slower, you're gonna lose against Lexi. So don't do that.
good. I know Lexi's like crazy fast. Like absolutely crazy fast. I have mad respect for racing, honestly. Like I've tried it. I think it helps a lot with proximity and gaps for freestyle, but I have zero ability to focus long enough to complete a race. I just can't do it. I get too
Yeah.
bored. I like the freedom.
Lexi improved a lot, yeah. Yeah, I think
Oh,
that's
did
Have a
you
good
help
trainer.
her improve, or did she
No,
improve?
Well, she improved. You always have to learn for yourself, right? I can't do anything. I can help her a bit, but in the end, you have to put in the effort and the time. So
Good. No, it's good you're supportive of each other. And I figured, I mean, the nice thing with you two is you both were already in the hobby when you got going. And you're very like, you know, you knew what it was like. You knew what the racing was like. You've already been on the same race teams. So I think that helped your dynamic a little bit. But do you guys ever find there's like conflict because you're stressed of a race? Like, are you ever
Yes.
stressing for a race and you guys kind of bicker a bit because of it? Or does it affect your relationship at all?
Do you guys ever fight because of FPV? Is what she's getting at.
Yeah, I guess that's an easier way to say it.
what do you ever what?
Like
Do you guys
bicker.
ever fight?
Like,
Okay.
do we have
Because
a
of
fight about
FPV?
FPV?
Well,
I remember
no.
a couple. I remember like when Tattoo did the purple batteries and we had a huge argument. You were saying purple is yours, I was saying
Ah, yeah,
purple
okay.
is mine.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the biggest thing. I also remember like once on a race.
But it was not a serious one.
It was
fun.
just a joke.
Yeah.
But I remember once on a race, you were stressed and you had to resolder the ESC, and you
Yeah.
said that everything is good, but it's red and it's not my fault. Do something about it. And I was just there like, dude, you had it bridged. But at the
Oh
same
my
time, yeah. I also remember when I broke all of my drums,
Oh, man.
and I was saying I don't want to repair them. I don't feel like it, and you were saying like, you think I will repair it for you, and I made Marvin do it.
So
So you couldn't
This
even
brings on
convince him to
another
fix it for you.
I mean, I get it. It was my responsibility,
the
but I
thing is-
I was so stressed. I was so shaky. I couldn't do it, and I was just like, I'm gonna just make someone do it.
The thing is actually like if there's time, I would do it, but I have to fix often
His own
enough
stuff,
my
yeah.
own stuff.
So
yeah.
I just found someone who was not doing anything, and I just I was like, hey, are you bored? So I have
So,
to repair.
so what we're hearing is Lexi's a bit of a suck. And you're just kind of like, please. And then they all help you.
Nah, like,
It's
to be
not
honest-
like
No,
this.
it's not like that. No.
No?
She's doing the most things alone, but everybody has this point where you simply
You
are
just don't
getting
want
so
to.
annoyed that it still doesn't work, and that sometimes happens
Yeah.
for everyone, right?
Yeah, it sometimes happens for everyone. Sometimes I'm helping other people. I'm a master of
Yeah.
soldering on my knee.
Well, and I was going to
Oh
say,
boy.
you've made some posts where you're like exhausted. Like you've made posts where you're like, it is hot. I am sitting here waiting for a race. And you look like you
Oh my
haven't slept
God.
in a week. And you're just like, I hate life right now. So I could see why at those days, like there's definitely been times when I can't get the power leads to solder to the ESC. And I'm like, Rich, can you just do that one part? I've done the rest. But these stupid fucking leads, they won't stay on the board.
Now that you
So
say that, yes. Power leads. I always have to do that for her.
See?
the thick ones. She hates that.
I hate thick ones, but you hate the thin ones, so I
Yeah.
do your LEDs.
True. Yeah.
Yes. See, it's a good teamwork.
Yeah, it is. I'm always coming with ESC and those power leads like,
Yeah. No
Do
words needed.
do it.
That's awesome. Good for you guys. But I will say that also does bring a point. Heiko here didn't recall or wasn't recalling a lot of the bickering. But Lexi here, the female, has the memory of a fucking I don't even know what it
Elephant.
is.
An
Yes, an
elephant.
elephant,
Elephants
thank
never
you.
forget.
And she was able to be like, remember this one time, and then you know what? There was this other time, and then remember there was another time. So
Yeah.
no, that's fun. That's funny.
There's always those things that come out at unexpected moments, like now.
She was asking for the stories. Those were funny.
That's so funny.
So,
I'm just muting my phone. Sorry, it keeps vibrating and going crazy. There
so
we go.
another question for you guys. I remember Lexi, you were the queen of drone selfies.
Where's my
She
Right.
still is.
Hold on. I didn't say she wasn't.
Wait.
I
She
was
has a
going to
crown.
ask.
She has an actual crown now. She's like
Oh, there
ripping
it is.
Heiko's ear out.
Yes,
Oh my goodness.
that's
we actually
awesome.
That
bought
is
it for
great.
a card game, which is called Magic the Gathering. There is like
I know.
a
We
thing
know
that
Magic the
about
Gathering.
Monarch. Yeah, so for the Monarch, I make everyone who plays it wear a crown if they're a Monarch.
That's awesome.
Heiko looks awesome in it. Like splendid.
Make him wear it.
What was that? It was like awful. Awesome?
Splendid. You
Awesome.
awesome.
She wanted
You
to
look-
say
I wanted
awful.
To, no, I wanted to say
Yes.
splendid first, but I was like, this is too
No,
much.
I gotcha.
But my question is,
Just add them all.
are you still doing the drone selfies, or is Heiko taking those for you now?
No, I'm still doing my pictures mostly.
Dang, good job.
He's too busy
That's
racing.
awesome.
Well, to
You
be
never
honest,
know.
like we don't have races right now in Germany, right?
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
really
lockdown,
looking forward
COVID.
for them to come back. So I'm not that busy racing right now because I did not fly that much lately, but I'm really looking forward to do it again.
Yeah. Plus,
Good.
most of the videos that I'm still doing kind of alone. So I'm outside, so I still need to do my pictures alone.
That's awesome though. Like I love the support you two have for each other. John Cupie wanted to know, he said, random question. Have either of you had any accidents or like injuries in the hobby or even a close call? So have drones ever hurt you?
Oh yes. Well, close call. I saw one. I was actually we were sitting in a garage. How do you call it? Like the garage underground.
Parking lot.
And we were flying there, and I had my remote like on the chair I was sitting on. I just stood up, I put it there, and like seconds after I was there, a friend flew right those switches off of my remote, and yeah, then I came back. Like I was gone for like, I don't know, not a minute. Yeah, and my
Oh
remote
my
didn't have
goodness.
switches anymore. Yeah.
I had something similar with my QX7 where we were out at a paper mill bando and I like put my remote down, went to get something. I came back and I was missing 4 switches. And I was like, oh okay. So
Damn.
How does that happen?
Yeah, right?
I guess people just step on things sometimes accidentally.
Yeah.
Oh,
You never know, right?
I never would have thought of that, to be honest with you.
I think,
My
yeah, people just
radio's
knock
always
things.
on the
or-
tailgate or with me, you know what I mean?
When we're there, we have to hike in. So a lot of the spots that we
Mhm.
fly that are remote, it's hiking. Which, Lexi, I'm not even getting into you hiking because I know you struggle with it and you tend to fall into creeks and have trouble staying on the branches. So we'll avoid that for you. But yeah, Bubby
Let's not
says,
talk
or
about it.
Bubby says, yeah, someone could drop it and doesn't own up to it, etc. And yeah, the days before Betaflight pre-arming switches.
Yeah.
I don't do a pre-arm switch, but I
always-
have to be throttled down.
I always
Yeah,
do
so-
pre-arm switch.
I just do throttle down. So like
Yeah, you
Kronix has it the same way with this, that if it's like this, you can arm, but if this is anywhere other than here, it will not arm. So as soon as I stop flying, I always put mine all the way up now, and then that way I don't have that problem.
Oh yeah, a lot of people do it like that.
I do it too.
Everybody's got their own way to do it. I just like my pre-arm because
Yeah.
one's on a spring toggle switch. So I can't pre-arm can't arm again unless I pre-arm it. So
So Jake, are there days where you wish you had an FPV partner?
I knew you were gonna do that to me. now I feel like the third wheel. I do
No,
have
I'm
FPV
serious.
partners. I do have FPV partners. That's Kyle and Royal and
You know what I
It would be super cool to have an FPV partner. As of right now, they don't really take any interest in any parts of it really until I'm done making a video or something like that. But I will say they're very supportive as far as, like, I guess not letting me forget stuff. But other than that, I mean, there's no. See, Gank loves me. He could be my FPV partner.
Yeah, Bubby
But,
says you got your boys.
Yeah, I got the boys. Bryce doesn't fly with me too much anymore, being that he's in high school, and like all of his friends kind of think it's geeky, which is sad
Teenagers,
because
eh?
there's STEM programs and stuff like that. I feel like they should be taking advantage of. My little man, he's more interested in playing video games and hanging out with his friends around. So it's yeah, I wish I had an FPV partner, but at the same time, I got my dudes I fly with.
I think there's like a fine line. Some people want to fly alone, and then other people like having someone to fly with. Heiko, you have never had an FPV partner before Lexi, from what I understand. That was like you've never had someone that you were dating in the hobby, right? From what I know.
Yeah, exactly.
So, without Lexi hitting you or interfering in any way, are you enjoying this more than having are you enjoying having her as a partner versus when you didn't have a partner? Or is she a bit of a pain in your butt?
I am a
No.
pain.
No, it's awesome. Like for me, it's really awesome. Like I had a non-FPV partner while I was doing FPV already, and this is a pain in the butt because you do want to go train, and yeah, if you want to be fast, then you have to train a lot. So you're really like, I don't know, 4 hours a day out training or more, depending on the day. And that's not an issue with like say, if I want to train a lot, we just go together and yeah.
I'm just a pain
I would
because
say-
usually mid training I'm like, I'm hungry.
Yeah, oh that's
I
true.
would say yeah, it would be nice because I could fly a lot more.
Yeah, because you think you'd have more freedom to fly. I mean, I think that's a nice thought. I don't know if it's necessarily true. Like, I guess when Rich was flying more, we flew more. And now that he dirt bikes more, I'm stuck dirt biking or watching dirt biking more.
Chasing me.
Yeah, I
chase
chase
him.
him a lot.
Chase
I
him.
chase him a lot, but you can only chase the same guy in the same spot so many times because you run out of content. That's the thing. Like, I can't post anything because everything's always me chasing him, doing the same things at the same place. But we can't go
That's
to
a
that place
beautiful
anymore.
mustache.
You like that, eh?
Do you like he's trying to look mature? He's got a beard too this year.
I can't even see it, but the mustache is clear. No, I'm
That's
just
a
kidding.
total lockdown look.
He's getting all tan now. Sorry, this cat is so needy now he's bugging Rich. He's like,
By the way,
please love me.
You rock on a bike, bro.
Thank you.
On a dirt bike or his BMX bike?
I've seen it as a dirt bike. I saw a grind of
I see
the
a bike.
grinding picture on a BMX, but
Yeah, he
Yeah, no.
has some crazy riding pictures I should send you. Which is we're off topic though. We need to get back to this.
okay, sorry.
So yeah, Kronix just joined us, guys. He got me into FPV, just to summarize quickly. So he got into it first. I actually got you into it technically. Technically,
Yeah, so
I got him into
she
it,
got
and then
me
he got
a
me into
toy
it.
grade drone that I was just having fun out in the front yard, and I just couldn't get away from it. I was like, I need to have more of this in my life. So I just stopped doing everything I was doing and started flying drones.
So then he kept bitching at me, literally bitching at me until I would fly. Because I didn't like it. He got a drone, that toy drone I got him, he flew into my head and got it stuck in my hair.
That's what we
And I
do,
told
though.
him-
That's what we do.
It was actually
That's
this
part of
drone.
the progress.
Funny enough, it was actually this drone right here. He flew this right into my head.
Ouch.
And we were newly dating. So this was
It was
5
2
years
weeks.
ago.
2 weeks.
Yeah,
into
2
dating.
weeks dating. And I was so nice. I actually took the props off and untangled my hair instead of ripping it and breaking this flimsy little garbage drone for him. So he's very lucky that way.
Has Lexi ever had a drone in her hair?
No.
She's only ever flown with experienced people, I think.
But to
With
get
myself.
Yeah, that's true.
And with my sister, but she was just crashing into everything in the kitchen.
What about you, Heiko? Have you had any close encounters
I
like
didn't
that?
have any in my hair yet, so.
We have
Good.
such a long hair though.
How's he supposed to do it?
Your
He's
hair
got
is long
beautiful-
enough.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Not anymore. I had it long, but
Yeah,
I
he
have-
had it really long. You actually got him straight after Germany reopened the hairdressers.
Oh, so he's all fresh for the show.
I was gonna say that looks pretty fresh. I don't even want to show my hair.
But
Let's
actually, in the end of the day, he got you into flying. You forgot
did.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I started his passion and then he dragged me into it. And we kind of do that
It
with
was-
everything.
I was every day I was out flying.
Yeah,
and
as soon
she
as he
just-
got home from work, he'd
I
be
was just like,
flying
here,
till
come out
dark.
to the park with me. Come out, fly. Like, come out. I need somebody to go with, right? So, come with me. And then, yeah, she just.
And how was it
Ended
the
up-
first time you flew?
Me or him?
Well, you.
He hated it.
It was terrifying.
He was not a good teacher. He was like the best teacher and the worst teacher. Because and there's people that witness this that will speak of this to this day. He would yell at me the entire time. Like, don't go there. Get
Oh, it
lower.
was
You're too
terrifying.
far. What are you doing? Oh my god, you don't have control. Yeah, like constantly like freaking out at me, like, oh my god, not there, not here. Oh my god, get over here. You're too close to those houses. Like, get lower, go faster, go slower, turn, spin. And then Curtis,
See,
Reckless FPVs, said he was always like, do a roll, and he would just keep yelling at me to do rolls. So then I
See,
started
and
doing
I think
rolls.
that's one reason that it wouldn't work out for me. I'd be like, no, you're doing it wrong. No, go the other way. No, you're using the wrong stick.
Yeah, no, that's yep.
He's like, use the left one. No, now use the right one for that. Well, and honestly, I can't fault him for it because we helped a wonderful lady in Quebec. She's actually American, but she was visiting her boyfriend in Quebec, Val. She's fantastic. She's part of like the Canadian Drone Hub group. And we tried to help her learn how to fly. And I was very scared. And I did not feel like my life was safe. And we were in an open farmer's field. Like it was all fields and one house. And she was constantly flying at us. And then it got to one point where she had like a QX7 strapped to her neck. And she goes, here. And she like shoves it in his chest and tells him to take it and fly the drone while it's still attached to her. And now he's flying at line of sight, trying to save it. And so I can't fault you because
Yeah.
that was scary for me too.
That sounds scary.
Yeah. See, he's saying Mogi, says that sounds like him. He gets way more anxious when someone else is flying, and she totally
Yeah.
panics and just let go of the remote. So that's probably why he gets so worked up.
We all know those people who land way too close and way too fast to you, right? So.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I was never like that.
No.
I landed too far. I was afraid of coming near me.
She
I'm
she
guilty.
usually ended up killing her, hitting the arm switch probably about 20 feet up.
Yeah, I'd kill it too far. So I'd kill it like up here and just let it go bang to the earth. Because I was so afraid of like, we had air mode on and I didn't want it to like bounce at me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was just, now it's not like that, obviously, 2 years later. But
Yeah, no, you're good.
yeah, but it was a struggle, I would say. And there was a lot of fights at the beginning, I would agree. Like, and I think that's where FPV as a couple can be difficult. And like, I think that's an aspect we had that you didn't, guys. It's just because we kind of learned it together a bit. So when we were doing builds, like Rich had more experience than me. So he helped me do the first one. And then all the rest, I'm so independent. I was like, leave it alone. I want to do it. Stop it. And then he'd get mad because I'm doing it not to his standard. And I'm just like, let me do it. Like, and so we'd bicker over like who's making it better or you know, the right way or the wrong way to do things or how we're doing things. So I think that was kind of the only time we'd argue about FPV.
Yeah.
Was just building. But
I'm
I already
always
told them
being
you
told,
did.
check your screws. Are they loose? They're always loose. You never check it. And it's
so
him,
true.
it's Yannick, it's Dennis. Every single one of them is like, check your screws. And then I'm making a video and saying, guys, be sure to check your screws. And then I'm coming to the field and I didn't check my screws.
Yeah, that's Kronix.
The whole thing is like jiggling, wiggling. How do you say it? I don't know.
It is jiggle wiggle.
And I'm like, did you check your screws? Like pretending
Yes.
to not have checked it. And she's like, yes. And I'm like, really?
No, you didn't.
That's so
Yeah.
funny. So yeah, I
Now
mean,
I'm
I'd
over
say
here
that's
checking my
a challenge.
Yeah, I just thought
But
that you are.
it's so important. It flies so much better when everything is tight.
Tight is
Yeah.
good.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, Fenbot saying building can be stressful. Loose screws, vibration machines.
Yeah.
That's so funny. And yeah, John QP says he can relate to giving advice on YouTube and forgetting to follow it himself.
Oh, always,
Uh,
always.
Yes.
So
Lexi
I mean,
drops off in the house. I'm horrible
You don't
about
want to know how many of my advice I'm actually following.
Yeah, I should totally do like a secret channel of Lexi's
that.
drones and stuff.
Lexi fuck up.
Yeah,
Lexi's
yeah.
real
Yeah.
drones.
It would be like the same thumbnail, the same everything. It would be like Lexi's advice and Heiko walking with a camera like, and how is it in real life at Lexi's place?
Dinky, see,
I'm happy
Dinky
you
Mod
guys
said,
said something.
yeah, his are all loose. Look, Dinky Mods just said his wife is still learning right now, and she's like me, where she like as me. Catch you later, because she wants to just do it herself, no matter what the outcome is. Yeah, I don't know. I take pride in being able to say I did it all myself, and like I said, he helps me with those power leads because power leads are stupid. Lexi also gets help with her power leads, but she does all his LEDs, so it's fair. Yeah,
That's a good trade-off.
John says you should do Lexi's real life drone exposed or droning exposed.
Sounds like a Jerry Springer
Yeah,
episode.
Exactly.
Don't.
Why not?
Don't, she said. So Heiko actually brought up a really good point when we were not on air yet. I don't know if you remember what you said or if you want me to remind you about getting women
More woman.
Yeah, I said it earlier already. Like
Yeah, he already said
it.
on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it when I
It
was telling
doesn't
you about
matter,
the
but
Wi-Fi? Sorry.
Yeah, it was when the Wi-Fi was bad. Yeah, exactly. But actually, we should really get more women into FPV because they don't need a partner to get in because
Agreed.
they will find a partner in FPV. There's enough guys. So
There's enough guys that want FPV partners, but if we can
sausage
encourage
fest.
more women into the hobby, then more guys can find FPV partners.
Dude, it's true. Like when you go on an event and you're the only girl and there's like 100 other guys and you're like, well, that's awesome.
well, it's not that bad anymore, actually.
Yeah,
Like,
it's not that bad anymore. Yes, like 3-4 years ago, I was sometimes the only girl in a really big group of people, and they even drank later, and they were saying that I was still there, even though I was not. So even being the only girl doesn't give you, you know, being recognizable. Apparently, there is a guy that looks like me. Has to be.
But well, actually, there's always like 3-4 girls
Yeah.
on the events. Even on the smaller ones, we're only 30 or 40 races. There's always 3-4, maybe 5 girls.
Yeah, and we always have a beef together.
Do you?
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome, though.
I call it cat fight, but
It is a cat fight. Like we actually agreed with 2 of the girls in Germany that when the races come back, we're gonna make a video series of cat fight.
That's funny. So are you more competitive with them than the guys? Or do you find that the guys push you to be more competitive?
They do push me to be more competitive, of course, but at the same time, you know, you have this feeling like I have to be the best of the girls. She
I get
will
that.
not take my spot. Like
I
when you
get that.
won against the last
She's adamant
girl in the
about it.
half finals, you're like, I'm fine now.
Yeah. Well, and especially because you're like one of the originals, right? So like you're known for being one of the fastest. So I think for you it'd probably be even harder. Whereas for me, it's like I like to be the best, but at the same point, I know that I'm starting at the bottom. Whereas you're starting like way up here, and then you have these people at the bottom like crawling up to your level, right? So it's probably harder.
well, actually, it wasn't like that.
Yeah,
for
it
you,
wasn't
right?
like that. I was actually pretty bad, I would say.
Well,
Before,
you,
though.
Bad.
you were on
Yeah,
the
you
events
just started
too.
doing what, a year ago or so? Started doing hardcore training into this, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly. So this is when it started like getting more like faster and better, because usually I was just sharing like experiences of drone racing while I was kind of like in the middle, in the lower middle.
But actually, you told me you were happy when you're not last.
Yeah, I was really happy when I was not. I was
I
just
feel like
going
that's
through
everyone.
it.
Yeah, but it totally changed. She got really fast. Like in Germany, we have we have like a pro class in the most races and a standard class. And the pro class only has like, I don't know, 10 to 15, maybe 20 people, and all the rest, Lexi is basically always competing in the finals. So it's really good.
That's
That's awesome.
impressive.
Yeah.
You're doing so good. Has COVID given you guys more time to practice or less time?
Due to the lockdowns and the fact that we don't know what's going on and we're kind of like lazy
So the answer is yes, it gave us more time,
to
but
play
we didn't
games.
fly more.
But we didn't utilize that
started-
time.
I started Velocidrone series, so I'm training stuff.
That
Yeah.
I did see. You started a Velocidrone series, and that's on your Facebook page, right? I've seen you posting that.
Yes.
So anyone
You
that's
can land
interested in
drone
that,
racing with me.
yeah. Let's see. Look, Jack Fu just said that. The Train Insane Lexi made big improvements.
Yes.
Yeah.
I already know this answer, but Linuzo wants to know if you guys are in lockdown right now.
Yeah,
We are since before Christmas actually.
No, it was after
Yeah.
Christmas.
No, it was
another one.
before Christmas.
Was it before?
Yeah, they
Hold on,
started
you
Well,
have
before
been?
Christmas.
for a long time now.
Yeah, for a long time.
Well,
So long you can't remember.
Yeah.
It's so long.
So
we can go to the
that
barber
stuff started
again,
happening
but
here in November. So I'd imagine it was right around November when you guys started.
Yeah, something
But
like that.
you've legit been on like lockdown.
we can get out, but we're not allowed to meet more than one other person. So yeah.
And in some places you cannot get out farther than like 20-kilometer radius. But you need to know if you are in the area that is in this thing, and I don't know. So I just
Now-
don't go out.
I know this isn't
Fair
FPV
enough.
related, and I'm just insanely curious about that. Like, I'm sorry,
Good.
the look
Yes.
got me. Squirrel.
Yes, 24 hours.
So, so, do you guys feel like it's even necessary anymore, or do you guys feel like it's getting a little drawn out?
You mean the lockdown thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the way you ask a question, it sounds like
Yeah, it
you
sound-
think it's not necessary
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I guess. Do you think it's?
Well,
do you think they're going overboard?
I do think it's necessary. Yeah.
I think it's necessary, but I think they also kind of
they fucked it up.
yeah.
It's a good way to put it. I agree.
The fact
Minoza's
that-
just saying, yeah, we just got put in another stay-at-home order for the next month as of midnight tonight, actually. Or I
think
guess
it's
technically
just
midnight tomorrow.
Everywhere in the world, basically, it was not consequent. Is that English?
Yeah, it wasn't consequent,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, and I think that some areas did better than others based on what we're hearing, right? But then I look at the US and they're barely doing anything and they seem to be doing just fine. So then it makes me like shake my fist, right? Like why are we locked down when the
'Cause I know,
US
like,
isn't?
Yeah. Like even Kat here has been crazy lockdown. You guys, Kat and Richard here have been crazy lockdown. I've heard more about theirs than anybody else's. And like me, I'm over here like I can go to bars and I can do whatever. We don't have anything. I mean, yeah. I mean, Costco is like the only place where I have to wear a mask. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, like, I mean,
I haven't been able to go into a building without a mask since April of last year.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
cannot
March.
enter any building. No, it started in April.
Did
March, yeah, March is when we got it, and then April is when everything went crazy.
Well, the thing is that the numbers are going up here in Germany and in Europe because we don't have much vaccines. Basically, Europe is just sending them out, but is not getting any. So that's kind of fucked up here in Europe. So
Yeah.
Yeah, John QP saying what lockdowns? U.S. resident here, pandemic's basically over according to most here. And
Yeah.
Jack Foos
Yeah.
saying there's no mandates in Florida, which is interesting because Florida has one of the highest senior populations, and
but
seniors
you
are the
have
most
so many-
affected.
you have
And-
so many people vaccinated in USA already.
Yeah.
Like
And you can
basically USA
vaccinate
bought-
at Walmart.
Yeah,
that is
anywhere.
one,
I mean, come
yeah.
on.
We just don't have enough
Vaccinations,
vaccinations
yeah.
here
We're
in
still
Europe.
at the really
Yeah.
old people.
We don't have vaccines really either. They're starting to do younger now, and there's 3 hot zones in the province. So like the country's Canada, the province is Ontario. So in our province, there's 3 hot zones where 60% of the cases of COVID are linked to. So they're opening vaccines to anyone 18 and up now as of tomorrow. And they're actually going to be doing vaccines in churches, rec centers, pharmacies, anywhere they can do it. But we don't have vaccines.
Exactly.
So it doesn't make sense to me because, like, it sounds like they're doing something, but there's no vaccines. And then the other stupid thing they did here is you get the vaccine and then you're supposed to have a booster in 2 weeks. That's manufacturers studying, telling us that you need a booster in 2 weeks or else you won't develop immunity. Our government decided that you don't need to do the booster in 2 weeks. You can wait 2 months. So my grandma had 1 vaccine and now has to wait 2 months to get the booster. So she's probably not even going to be protected. And it's just insanity, honestly, that, like,
that's pretty wild.
Jake, it's a whole can of worms you're opening, man. Let's get back to the happy FPV.
I had to. I was going to lead up to, with you two being on lockdown in Germany and it being so hardcore, I bet you guys are extremely happy that you guys were together when it started. And
dude, I'm so happy that he is my lockdown buddy.
That's awesome.
It's
I would
really
probably
awesome.
lose my shit and mind and everything.
Well, to get back to the relationship topic connected to that, like it's a tough thing also to stick together for 24 hours. We're both doing home office, and so we're spending 24 hours a day together because hobby is the same.
Yeah, whether
working is both at home. It's a tough thing, especially for the start of a relationship. So seeing that we're still together and that we're still happy, that just proves that this is good. So
like
absolutely, and that's kind of what I wanted to get at with that. I mean, you guys have been together 24/7, drone, work, everything. So that's pretty
dude, my mother
awesome.
said, if you guys survive this, you're gonna survive everything.
Yeah, that's what everyone says here too. If you can survive COVID, you'll survive all. And I mean, it was rough for us too. Last March, April, May, like we almost didn't make it a few times because, again, it's same as you guys. We're in a small apartment. We weren't allowed to leave the house. I had to work from home. He didn't even have to work. And you get no air, nowhere to go. Like you're just up each other's throats. Like your distance is literally 1 room. That's it. Like you have a wall between you at all times. Maybe
most of the
that's
time
it.
we were actually in the same room.
Yeah. See, I would try and go to, like, he'd come in here in the office or I'd go to the living room and we'd try and separate, but it was rough. It was definitely rough for parts.
No,
but
it's really weird. Like you, even if you don't see each other and you know the person's next room and you don't see each other all day, you even go over and check if everything's fine. Because you don't
when
know
I was
how to
leaving
deal with
for
it.
like
It's so
15
weird.
minutes to go to do my workout or something, he was going to look for me.
Yeah, when we were in the same room, because she was gone for 15 minutes. I was like, okay,
Where are
is
you?
everything fine? Is she? I don't know. Like, it was weird. I didn't know how to handle this really.
Also,
now you have separation anxiety.
Yeah, but also I needed to redo my passport, so I had to go to the embassy and 3 hours away from here. And I remember I got up, I got out, I said goodbye, I will see you in later, and I closed the door and I hear whee!
What?
Oh my goodness.
When I went first time to embassy, I closed the door and you started
I made
wee!
that for fun.
And I was like behind the door, like, you know, I can hear you, right? And he's like, wee!
I think you left first because you were an essential worker before I was.
Yeah.
So he was back to work before me.
Yeah.
But it's, I think that's the plus and the minus to having an FPV partner, I think, is you really have to be good at communicating. Because if you can't communicate with your spouse or your partner, you're not going to make it in your relationship or in the hobby.
But I think that's especially a lockdown thing. So
yes. I mean, even if you're flying though, right? Like if you're trying to help her or she's trying to help you and there's that lack of communication, it'll still create tension, right? Or some type of conflict. And I mean, we were saying again before the stream that this whole...
Go
ahead.
A lot of communication when you were flying together.
Maybe a lot of him yelling at me. That only lasted, I'd say, 6 months. And then it was fine. After 6 months, I proved myself enough that you were like... And that's 6 months of flying every weekend and a lot during the week. And then and then he realized, he's like, okay, she's not going to hit the buildings anymore. And I hit one building once, but it wasn't my fault.
Here's a question
What's the
for
building's fault?
both of you couples. So, like, Kat and Richard here. And Richard, I noticed you're not flying as much, but you are motocrossing and everything. But Kat's flying quite a bit. She's chasing a lot. Now, did you get kind of burnt out on the FPV thing? or did
Not-
you just get super excited to be on wheels?
Yeah, no, I used to race back in the day. It was a big part of my life. And then I just stopped. I sold my bike. I didn't buy a new one. And I just kind of quit dirt biking. So I've just been like every year, every 2 years, I've been changing hobbies. Like I was rock crawling with my RC trucks, right? And then I went BMX biking for like 2 years. And then like it's just every I don't know, year and a bit I'm changing hobbies. It's just now I'm back dirt biking again.
Rich
So-
is very ADD. So like
Yeah.
when we first started dating,
right
it
there with
was BMX, and then it was crawlers, and then he got into drones, and then he got into dirt bikes, and now he'll do that for a while. And then I think he'll stick to dirt bikes though, because
Yeah.
dirt bikes I think are what he wanted to do all along. It's just financially wasn't there for him, and now he was able to do it. But I disagree. I think you did burn out of FPV. Because he got like bored of flying 4 inches, and then he built a 7-inch, and he's like, "Oh, I only like my 7-inch," and he doesn't have any 4 inches anymore. And then you have a wing, so he
Yeah.
got into planes for a while and wings, and he like loves that. But then you crash a wing and it's done, and you can't fly it anymore. So
Okay.
now he's kind of like over it. I think just because
Yeah.
he's tired of fixing things.
So on the burnout part, do you think that any of you two will ever get burnt out on FPV?
Well, as I said, I wasn't flying much lately, so I can say yeah a little bit right now.
Don't leave me.
No, right now a little bit in the lockdown situation, yeah. But that's just because there's no races. There's nothing.
Yeah, it's really discouraging
Yeah.
when you see other
Yeah.
people go into races in other countries and you just sit here like.
Yeah.
And we had to switch from basically traveling somewhere for a race. You have such a beautiful cat. Every week or two, into sitting at home for months and months without an end. So it was really demotivating. I was also having this moment when I wasn't creating any content. I was just sitting like in the days like, damn, what am I supposed to do in my life now?
Yeah.
Well, I think you can only play Sim so many times also, right? Like when you're stuck inside, you can only play Velocidrone or Liftoff or whatever for so long before you get tired of that too, right? And I mean, some people can play it like a game forever. I can probably, if other people are playing, I can play a sim for like a couple hours. If I'm playing by myself, maybe 30 minutes, maybe, right? Like I don't have the
good
attention
music,
span.
it's fine.
No, I don't have the attention span. I'm like a multiplayer game person generally, other than like Zeldas and stuff. So if I'm playing like multiplayer games with other people, I'm always way more involved. But if it's just me, I get bored. It's
Yeah.
Well,
I don't
No.
stick to it.
So going on to my actual question between it. Sorry, I kind of segued really wrong into this. I planned that out way differently. I've noticed for these guys, it's kind of worked out a bit because Kat's flying a lot more and Richard's doing his passion and everything. And it's affected them in a positive manner, right? How about you guys? If one of you guys gets burnt out on FPV, do you think it'll be a negative or a positive?
I think in general that will be negative, but not negative to the relationship. It would be just like sad a bit, but it's fine. I mean, it's just the way it is. But that doesn't change anything between us. So
Yeah, I would still be doing my thing.
yeah,
I think-
I like that.
She's still a nerd. I will be still a nerd. We will still do a lot of stuff together. So
Yeah.
To add on to the Rich comment with me, actually, it's extremely helpful for us because when I'm chasing him, not only does he know how the drone works and how I fly, so we have like a much better trust in my ability to get closer to him. And even like our friends that we've flown with can get closer to him because he trusts them. But he'll actually set up shots for me. So like I'll fly up to him and he'll like directly look at my drone and like do things to like the drone, knowing what the drone's seeing. And then he'll hit certain angles and lines to try and help me get better shots. So like without the communication, because you can't talk, he's way the heck over there on a bike racing and I'm way somewhere on a hill, right? So we can't speak to each other directly, but we kind of just know at that point what the other
Yeah.
person's going to do and how. So actually, I think for us, it was a huge advantage when it comes to the dirt bike stuff anyway.
yeah.
So
sounds like
what
it.
I'm hearing here between both of you is FPV and your guys' relationship has helped insanely because of communication and being able to understand each other. Am I right?
I think it helped our communication.
Yeah.
Definitely. You have to have the patience to do it, though. Like, you have to have the patience to communicate and put the effort in. But if you do, I think, yeah. Rollins says he started watching it. He's hitting the angles I need. That's a good
He's
time to
always
tune in.
getting in the worst moment possible.
Oh, Nitro! He just ripped our headphones out. 1 sec. He like de-headphoned me.
Oh, but it's such
Thanks,
a
jerk cat.
Wireless.
Wireless.
Good thing the computer wasn't attached to that. Holy.
Yeah, I think in general, when you have a hobby together, and both are equally doing it, and not like one part is doing everything for the other part to participate in the end, then it's just good for the relationship.
Yeah, I agree. It's a healthy like competition and push, right? And I mean, I'm very competitive, and I think you and I are competitive when we fly against each other. And then we have Josh and Corbin we fly with regularly, and Josh and Corbin definitely push us to be more competitive too. So, but that's, I don't know, it's a healthy competition. And I think the reality is like what Heiko was saying earlier, we have to get more women into the hobby. And as women become more comfortable, then guys, you'll automatically find them. But the worst thing I think guys can do is when a woman gets into the hobby, they all like mob you. And that is the worst thing you can do because you're going to scare all the women away and then they're not going to be in your hobby. Or not
I
your
have so
hobby,
many
but in
comments
the
to that.
hobby.
It's not even funny.
Actually, I think most people, like most guys, don't even notice that they do it.
Dude.
I agree.
Dude.
So,
Lexi knows more, I think, because you deal with a lot more public settings because of the racing, whereas I'm kind of a little more sheltered from that stuff. Like, most people know you exist. Like, I talk about Rich a lot, and I mean, today a couple people didn't know, but they're just new to the show, right?
I will say one thing that does suck about dudes in this hobby to women in this hobby is, I'm not saying all of them, but obviously not all of them, but a lot of women that have been in this hobby are now doing like OnlyFans because they've been nothing but objectified in the hobby, you know, stuff like that.
I don't think that's why they're doing OnlyFans, though. I wouldn't say it's because they've been objectified.
Thank you.
They're doing it because if they're going to be objectified, they might as well make money doing it.
Dude,
I don't think
exactly.
I once got a message on Instagram, and it's a serious story. A guy says to me, "Hey Lexi, do you have OnlyFans? Because I want to support every single girl in the FPV community." And I said, "No, I don't, but I do have a Patreon, and we have a Discord chat and everything. It's really cool and really nice community. You can check it out." Sent him a link just to click. He never joined.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
OnlyFans, you probably would. So with Onigiri, we were talking about it because we were really kind of like, it grinds our gears. So we came up with an idea to make an OnlyFans for her and for me, on which we would be posting pictures of actual fans. The issue is,
that's cool.
We actually did it, and OnlyFans blocked us.
Oh,
why?
Because they weren't putting that mature content on there. That's why.
Yeah, really, we got blocked. Like, Onigiri was like, "Hey, I cannot put pictures anymore, and it's not showing any of the pictures that I posted." And I'm like, "Are you crazy? Like, would they ban you?" And I'm going to mine, and it's like, also, and I'm like, "Oh." And we wanted to release the same week on the podcast.
Oh my god!
See, that's awful. That's awful.
Yeah, so we got banned for posting pics of fans.
And that's the whole thing. Like, a lot of dudes out there is gonna objectify all these women in FPV, and then they're gonna end up doing OnlyFans because that's what they're used to now. So I
don't agree with that.
that.
I think that the girls that are using it would have used it whether or not FPV was the thing. I don't think it's FPV making them do it. I think it's just
I debated
an
on
easy
an
way to make some
OnlyFans
money.
just because of Rollins.
I would say Rollins was saying in the chat that he watched Lexi do a live stream where some fan gave her a huge super chat to try and get her to take a picture of her house for him or something. There were
really weird things sometimes.
I didn't know about it.
There was also someone who said that my crown is a crown for dancing striptease.
What?
It's a strip crown. And I was like, dude,
how would it
this
stay
cannot
on your
even
head?
stand on my head. Yeah, like,
yeah, if you go upside down, it's coming off. If you go sideways, it's coming off.
Some people use Gorilla Glue now.
Yeah.
That seems really weird.
So yes, for everyone interested, I do not have OnlyFans because they blocked me. But I do have a Patreon.
Oh, that was awesome. That was so
That's
awesome.
hilarious, though. Oh, Rollins is saying that was the same person. That's crazy. Wow.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, so see, I think there's definitely good and bad to having your partner in the hobby. I think one of the most depressing things is constantly seeing those posts that are like, oh, hide this from your wife or your partner, or oh, don't tell them I did this or that.
NSFW.
Yeah, no, those are fine. Like NSFWs are just that simple. But I mean like the posts that are like, you know, the guys that are like, oh, I just spent $20 at Get FPV. Haha, don't tell my wife. And it's like, if your relationship is that bad, it's not going to last, guys. If you're already hiding stuff like that, good luck. That's
Well, at our place, it's I'm buying something from TBS. Do you want something?
that's us
Yeah.
too.
Yep.
Yeah. I swear that's us too, because we say the same thing. We're all be like, hey, do you need this? And
Yep.
yeah, same thing happens.
I asked
Yo,
for forgiveness. It's easiest.
Lanuzo is saying that Linus Tech did a joke video for OnlyFans and he got $12,000 in one day.
See, and they blocked me.
That's so
And only me.
Okay, I'm doing an OnlyFans tonight. It's going up. It's going to go up.
Nice.
What did I miss with Bubby here? Rollins said something and I see ... And then I see Rollins saying something to Bubby. I'm confused.
I'm confused too. But don't worry.
They're
with
saying
the chat.
something.
Sometimes you just cannot find it out. They have.
Did
their
we
own
miss something?
conversations.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just keep your head up, brother, and don't sink to that level. You've got a running start being a good guy. I don't know what we missed, guys. I'm sorry. I don't see anything in the chat. Yeah, just do Patreon. Honestly, I don't find a lot of people will do Patreon.
But actually,
I like my Patreon.
what Optimized Drone says is totally correct. Like, as a guy, you cannot tell that you're flying drones if you're on a date. You cannot do that.
Really?
Why not?
Yeah, the girls.
Oh,
are
yeah.
in
Otherwise,
general.
it's
Why not?
geeky as hell. Yeah.
Yeah.
What? I don't know. I guess I've always been a nerd too, sort of like. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've always been into like gaming and you know boy things. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
Didn't we play COD our first night?
You got me COD and a
but
controller.
Did we play COD our first night? Like,
I don't remember. I don't remember much of the first one. It was 5 years ago today, guys. Come on. I remember you coming over for dinner that you
Congrats.
invited yourself for.
Again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he invited himself over for dinner. That's how that started. Because
Yeah,
we were
well
supposed to
done.
go for coffee.
Good job.
Seriously, I said, let's go for coffee because I was worried that he was a creep. Because you got to screen guys on the internet. Because I met him on Plenty of Fish. So I was like, let's just go for coffee. Let's see if I even want to deal with you. And then he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, making dinner. He's like, I like dinner.
What do you make? What's for dinner?
Yeah. And then I remember
perfect.
I changed my entire dinner. Like I was making like a peanut butter sandwich or something. And then because he said he was coming for dinner, I'm like, oh, venison and mashed potatoes and carrots. And he's like, that sounds great. So he came over and he ate the venison. He said it was great. And he will never eat it since. He only ate it as a trick so that I would bait him.
Now, hold on. So that means that you both catfished each other that day.
That's not a catfish. Catfishing is if you hide your body and your person and who you are. We knew who the other
You
person
hid your
was.
peanut butter sandwich.
Oh, well, totally. I mean, I always cook him good food, though. Like, I definitely cook a lot and I bake and all that. So I feel like...
Yeah.
So
no,
what's wrong with
she
that?
is.
That's perfect, right?
Yeah,
The
so that's
general
why
idea-
that's not catfishing.
the general idea behind you get a date and food as well. So
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's just no there is no you taking me to dinner. That never happened for
No.
months. For months, I'd say. It's not our style. No, but honestly, like it's not like what he did that was cute is we have Timbits here. I think you guys call them donut holes, Jake. I don't know if you guys have them there, Lexi. They're like those little round donuts.
Donuts.
that's done.
Yeah, like the little ones though. They're little.
Little.
Yeah, they're literally this big and they're round and
They're
they're
the
called
size of the
Timbits.
hole of the donut.
Yeah.
Like mini donuts.
Yes, they're like mini donuts, like literally this big.
But they taste
And
the same.
so he knew I had a favorite flavor. So one day when we were like out for a walk, he was like, oh, I'm going to go get a coffee. and he came out with like a little 10-pack and handed it to me, and it was all my
Aw.
favorite flavor. So like he did cute things. Like we didn't just dinner wasn't
Used
our
to.
style. We just we were both busy. I was working 2 jobs at the time. He would drive an hour after work every day. You were working like 8, 9, 10-hour days and then driving an hour to come see me for the night, and then he'd get up really early and drive to work again every day. So yeah, dinner I would just make it. That was it. Simple. Let's see here. There was a question in here for you.
No,
I think Rollins was asking Lexi if Heiko can cook well.
she doesn't know.
You've never cooked for her?
You did cook for me. Soup from the can.
Yeah.
The potato something from the
Cream of
package.
potato?
Potato salad?
A potato salad, yeah, also from a package. Pizza from a package, the frozen one, and stuff from microwave, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Also, he knows how to reheat the stuff that I previously made.
yeah. Well, I'm not cooking anymore, to be honest. Like, in Germany, we have like a social year that we don't have anymore. We had a social year, and I made my social year as a cook for kids basically, and so I can actually.
So all the kids took
That-
away my food.
Yeah, they took it away. Yeah.
So you're like all cooked out. You're like,
Kind
You
of.
need to
Yeah,
refill.
I'm cooked out. Yeah.
Damn you.
see, there's a good date idea for your 1 year. There you go. You should make her a dinner for your 1 year anniversary that's coming up.
Okay.
Ha! Challenge accepted, right? Honestly, Kronix doesn't really cook for me either. He can make craft dinner, tuna sandwiches. That's it.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
can make other stuff, but that's all he's ever made me.
Well, the thing is, I'm more getting into cooking, and mostly the situation looks like this. Hey, Heiko, are you hungry? No. If I cook and you smell it, will you be hungry? Maybe.
Yeah. Could be.
And then if he comes mid-cooking, really excited,
Yeah, sometimes don't you know that? I
They're
mean,
so
everybody
similar.
has it, right? When you're like, I'm not hungry. I'm not having my mind into eating in that moment.
no, I'm not
But then
hungry.
I'm
Just do
smelling
it for
it,
yourself,
and
and
then
then
it's
he
like-
eats it all.
Yeah, I could eat something.
So with Rich, I'm like, "Are you hungry?" And he goes, "I could eat." Like that's, and I'm like, "What do you want?" I don't know. What are you making? And I'm like, "I don't know. What do you want?" Like, and yeah, so it's very similar with us, which is hilarious. And yeah, like Cyrex in the chat, she says it's maybes means definitely.
Yeah, that's why I'm cooking so much, because I'm always doing like a huge pile of it, so then I can freeze some, and sometimes I actually can freeze some. Otherwise, it's gone.
That's so funny.
That's good though.
Excuse me. Hiya, Trevor on Facebook chat. I don't know if this is going to work. I have to use a different screen to talk to you guys. Rollins is at his age, and he's in his 40s, because he said that, not me. He says, "Are you hungry?" has only one answer, and it is yes.
Well,
I think girls
can-
and guys can both cook. I don't think it should be one way. I just
I
like
don't
to
think
cook.
so either.
Yeah.
The thing is, I either don't cook at all, or I'm like, oh, I want to eat this. I'm gonna make it right now.
You're bad with
Yeah.
dessert.
Yeah.
Anytime I bake something like a dessert, like cookies or cakes or pies, you're always in my way. He'll
yeah.
he comes in the kitchen and he'll start grabbing at things. I'm like, get out of it. And I'll like smack him with the spoon gently, like, get out of the bowls. Because he does. He gets right in there. And or with cookie dough. And I'll be like, I need that. Like,
Oh, cookie dough.
yeah.
Are you kidding?
Oh, no!
Yeah.
Thank
You have no
Yeah,
restraint.
no.
Yeah,
No,
we do
nobody
have
else
to
does
visit.
either.
Yeah, see? Yeah, Cyrix has had my baking. She's like, your baking is hella good. So that's fair. See, Jesse, our buddy Jesse, he says he does the cooking, and Paige does the cleaning. And they're actually a FPV couple too, because Jesse was into FPV. He's one of the most underrated pilots. He doesn't do enough videos, but this guy is an insane pilot. And he got his girlfriend into FPV. I think she's Tiny Hands. And they share a channel. So that he did get her into it too, actually.
That's nice.
Let's see here. Yeah. So Rollins, what do you want to eat? I don't know. What about X? I don't know. No, I don't want that. It's true. It is one of the hardest things to figure out is what to eat. I usually just give you 2 options now. I'll be like, do you want this or that? And then he goes, yes. And I'm like,
Yes.
Exactly.
that's not an answer. Like,
For
I'm
Heiko,
good
it's
for
really
both.
easy. If I don't know what I want, then he's like, want a pizza? Yes.
yeah, because you're always happy with pizza. Now, pineapple on pizza?
Yes.
Pineapple and pizza.
Yes. You
Yeah.
know I like Hawaii. What the fuck? You get it
Yeah,
for me.
I had a brain lag. Sorry. Yeah, she's.
You also do it.
I don't know. I had a brain lag. Sorry.
That's awesome. I love pineapple on pizza.
Pineapple on pizza is awesome. On the other hand,
let's
banana
see.
on pizza. That's sick. We need
Do you
to
guys
fight
remember? Do you remember this? Rollins is asking, or sorry, I clicked the wrong one. That one. Whatever happened to the drone couple? And then he says, I can't
yeah,
remember their
they're
name, but they're
still-
making content near Drew.
this. Oh, that's not the one.
Are they the
We
ones that
also
just
have
got
drone
married at
couple
Rotor
in
Riot?
Germany.
Sorry, Lexi?
We also have a drone couple in Germany. They are called FPV drone couple.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess it's
Nice.
easy to find them. Pineapple on pizza.
So,
I'm
how tired are you two?
Whatever. They're so tired they didn't hear you, I don't think.
What?
How tired are you two?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, it's like,
Actually-
what, 3 a.m. now for you?
It's 3 a.m. and we're moving since the 1st of April, so it's been pretty rough on us, I'd say.
Oh, Bubby got it. Bubby got their names, I think. They're the ones that got married at Rotor Riot. Zozo and Ripcord. I think
Yeah.
that's who, that's probably who Rollins is asking about. There we go. That's so funny. Poor Bubby's sitting here like, I don't know. Bubby, maybe one day you will be able to get your girlfriend into the hobby with you. I think it was, who was it we were
He
talking to
just got his mom
recently?
into it. Well, I guess the whole Road to Liar clue
Who?
got his mom into it.
There was someone really recently, Jake. Who did we talk to that was telling us something like that? That like all their friends. Well, I guess Bubby. Bubby said like none of his friends even realize how epic he is at FPV. Like to them, they just think he's like talking smack, like, "Oh, I'm so good," and they're like, "Yeah, okay," but they don't actually understand like the level this kid is at, right? And I think that happens with a lot of people. But I know, yeah, Vanover just got married, and I think he got his now wife. I think he got her flying a little bit too.
I
But
think I saw
hopefully-
her picture with a transmitter in her hand, so that might be a thing.
Yeah, I think he was starting to get her into it.
Yeah, actually, there's this thing from DJI. Maybe you meant that earlier. This what is this remote control that you hold like
The
a pistol? Like
motion remote. Motion control.
Motion
Yeah,
control,
that thing
Yeah, we
looks
were
pretty
talking
cool,
about that.
actually.
Excuse
And
me.
actually, I think that's pretty awesome for new people. I saw a video on YouTube where there was a couple, an older couple, and the woman was flying for the second time. She was, I don't know, somewhere between
50.
50 and 60, I would say. And she was really flying like below trees and around the trees and everything just with this thing. So it was really impressing me. I hope it helps to get more women and people in general into FPV. Even though it's not for top-end flying, of course. But
I still want to see someone
True.
racing with this motion thing.
Just
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
no doubt.
bring a popcorn.
Just put like LEDs on their hand too, so it's
Yeah,
like
I would
extra
just.
like.
And the thing is, with the yaw, you actually have to move around, so they're just not gonna do this. They're gonna also spin.
How many times do you think they'll punch themselves in the face?
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're going so fast and they have goggles on, right? And it's just
You
like
just
bang.
grab popcorn, you take bets from people, and you start a business.
or maybe it's a move. Like if you hit yourself on the right side, it does a spin right. And
Yeah, maybe, but at the same time, you need to like think they have to be farther away from other pilots, because otherwise they're gonna smack someone.
Oh yeah, true.
That's so funny. I'm sorry, I'm typing in my hand touch. Artie Flies and Drone Doll. I've never heard of them. Rollins,
Oh,
that
they
was
were-
before my time.
They were one of the OGs actually, but they disappeared some time ago.
Sorry, I'm typing in my hand touch. It's hard to keep going as a couple.
Like,
I think it's just hard to stay in the hobby. You really have to put effort in to be in the hobby, right? There.
Yeah.
So Jake, how can we get your wife to fly with you?
I'm gonna let her try to use the Cine Whoop, see what she does soon, but I don't see her doing much, to be honest with you.
You know what? That question should go to you girls.
How to get more
Yeah,
ladies? I think
that is
honestly,
a good
Put
answer.
goggles
Heiko.
on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Put goggles on. Watching FPV without goggles is so boring, and I'm into it.
that's
And
yeah.
most guys who take their girlfriends to look at their drones flying, I mean, what do you freaking expect?
Yeah.
I'm
True.
getting bored, and I'm into it.
It's
My
true.
sister hated it when her husband was starting to fly. I was actually giving him all the stuff, and she was like, "This is boring. This is stupid." I put goggles on her head. I gave her a tiny whoop. She was in the kitchen for 2 hours flying this tiny whoop, having time of her life.
Yeah.
So put
Well,
goggles.
I guess I'll just throw goggles at her and see what she does.
Just do it. Just do it.
I mean, it's a good point. I agree. Like, I hated watching you. I absolutely hated
so
watching you
boring.
fly.
Creep up behind her while she's sitting on the couch watching TV,
So,
and just like stretch open the band and just pop it on her head.
I mean,
Just
I think for me though, like it was a little. As much as Rich got me into the hobby, there was like Chad Capper really was the finishing push for me because I was resisting you.
Oh yeah.
Like I kind of got mad because you
I
kept
wanna
nagging
fly.
at me
I
to
wanna
fly,
fly.
so
I
I was
wanna
just like
fly.
stuck and being like,
I
no,
wanna
stop
get
telling me
into
to
it.
fly. So I kind of just quit, and then or I wouldn't even start. Sorry, and then Chad Capper, there was a disagreement with a local pilot here where some other guy stole his name and stuff. So I somehow got involved because I sometimes get involved in shit I shouldn't because I care about people. And Chad was like, "Why aren't you flying?" And I was like, "I don't really have a good reason." And he's like, "Well, you should probably start flying." And then I started flying the next day. And
Yeah.
actually, Sika, who's in the chat, he's on our Facebook chat. He hooked me up with my first drone, so that was awesome.
Nice.
I still have it. So
That's
yeah,
cool.
so I think that's kind of where that comes into actually. But yeah, it's funny. Statement for Kat: I'm under alcohol and under narcos, bruised ribs, and this is not a pain. Uh-oh. Night Train is in rough shape, guys. Holy. That's funny, E-Drone. I'm gonna look into who Alicia, whatever her name is. I remember Clueless, but I don't remember the chick. And now I'm concerned. They said I look like, not in a negative way, Alicia Silverstone. Do you know who that is, Lexi?
not so much.
Alice-
I wouldn't say
Alicia?
you look like Alicia Silverstone. I wouldn't think so.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
I thought that we are talking about the Alyssa FPV pilot, the girl.
No, now they're confused. She's awesome though. Alicia is so funny, and she's in Alberta, right? So she's near us, not near us, but she's in our country.
But I
And yeah,
apparently look
she's
like
cool.
someone.
You look like someone too?
I don't know.
I don't know. I've always just known you as Lexi.
Thank you.
Not in a bad way, obviously. It's good because you've made your own brand. But like even 2 years ago when I came into the hobby, you were already a brand, right?
Kinda.
Night Train says his DJI rig's been fun to fly. Videos coming soon. That's awesome. I'm so glad that people are finding these drones are helping them and getting them into more. Sorry, our cats are being jerks. We're going to have to wrap it up here soon because our cats are starting to freak out. Absolutely freaking out.
And I've got to get home.
Yeah, Jake's 3 hours from
And
home.
they have to go to sleep. They have to go to sleep.
They have to go. They have to go to
They
sleep.
are but like.
I gotta go
passing out
over here, way over here. There, they have to go to sleep.
Yes.
And Rich has to go groom his mustache.
No, there's nothing wrong with it.
Why? You don't like it?
No,
It's groomed.
Groom it as in like. Okay.
Brush
he's
It's
gotta
not that long.
brush it. He's got to brush it.
So we got
Make it
to a
pretty.
point.
Dude, I would
Lexi,
be
I don't
sitting
know
in the
if you
mirror
deal
like
with
this all day.
This is where I think you
It's not
guys
that thick.
guys don't get this. Okay, Lexi, you'll probably agree. For a whole 6 month period, he would shave it all off and then grow it back, and then shave it off and then grow it back, and I would get acne every single time from his stubble, and it would hurt my face. Actually, all around here, I'd break out, and it was so uncomfortable. So I'm like, you either leave it or you get rid of it for good. Like it's gone, or you keep it. And so now you've kept it. And he just like shaves it so it's trimmed.
Hiker's
but-
actually keeping his really nicely. Like he's taking care of it. I like it.
Well,
He also
I
has
had
it
it-
for the longest time. Like I saw his picture, like in the magazine. I found a magazine in which we were both, and I was like, "Hey, this is you, but you have no beard. You don't look like you."
Yeah, well, actually,
I like it with you now. Like I really like it on Rich, I think. But it's
I
an
only
age
got it
thing.
off once actually because I set the what is it called, the cutter the wrong, like I slipped. And
Oh
my
I was
god,
like,
that
oh
was
fuck.
so awful.
Yeah,
Oh,
no! But
There was
apart
the
from
oh
that-
no, oh no, oh
Yeah.
no, 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 no.
That's like those TikToks.
TikTok. Do you
I
guys have
have that on
TikTok?
my phone. I don't use TikTok actually, but I listen to on Spotify. They have trending songs, so I found it on the trending song list.
Ooh,
But it's
I
not a
actually
good
Googled it.
song.
It's
No,
Did
bad
you?
song.
It's perfect
Yeah.
for the cat that does it.
Yeah, it's perfect
Yeah.
for a cat. I was just looking for it because I was having the situation that I wanted to add to one of my reviews that was really oh no,
Where is it?
and I just wrote to Google TikTok
can't
oh
find
no, oh no, 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 and I found the song. I was like,
That's the
well,
whole
that worked.
song. Yeah, it just goes like something, 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 something.
Oh,
Oh no, that's it. That's literally the song. It's so stupid. Mogi says he has a mane. And yeah, Sika, you're gonna have to get an Oculus because Kronix and I each got one, and then Corbin and Josh have one. So Sika's also one of our local pilots. Fenbot's local to us. He's just never flown with us yet. So hopefully, when all these lockdowns lift.
Add me
Night
on
Train
Oculus
says-
as well.
Oh, hey, did you get one or did you return
You
yours?
lagged.
No,
I paused
have
because I heard it
one
lag.
I've had
I
one
thought you
for a
returned
while.
yours. Okay, so there we go. So Jake has one too. Night Train says, I love the channel as of late, Lexi, but your time change only leaves him watching replays. I agree. You're usually streaming when I'm at work on a Friday, which really sucks because I want to see it, but I just can't. So I watch it later.
Yeah, but at the same time, if I wanted to make it in time available for US and stuff, it's like 2 a.m.
Yeah, absolutely.
What
Yeah,
what
and I
time
get
would
it.
you be able to watch it? Just curious.
Anything
the first-
from, yeah, like kind of like weekends is usually better. And then, so if you're, what time are you currently streaming it in your zone, would you say?
7 p.m.
Yeah, so that's like 2 or 3 in the afternoon for us, I think, right now. Something like that. Because I know I'm definitely at work and I've seen it pop up. So really, like, I'd say if you streamed anywhere from like 7 and later, our time. But that's way too early for you guys.
No.
So like that's why we watch the replays. I think a lot of us do. And I mean, I know, Lexi, you don't watch our show. You just catch replays and stuff too, because you're not going to be up at 2 a.m. every day to watch this show. That would be insane of you.
Exactly.
And I would never expect that of you.
If you hadn't
But our
seen me, you know
friendship's
I
still
have insomnia.
Yeah. Does it help with him being there now? Like, do you find you have less insomnia because you have him, or in the house with you, or do you find like it's the
I'm
same?
fine.
What are we talking about?
Insomnia.
Sometimes it's comforting when you have someone with you so that you're able to sleep better.
Yeah,
Like
that's
when
true.
I
know
travel
him.
for work,
It's-
I can't sleep without him because I'm so used to him there now. Like I have trouble sleeping in hotels without
I know
him.
exactly when that is. That is when you have cold feet.
And I'm like, I need you. I don't put my cold feet on you that much.
No.
I do it a fair bit, but not that much. It's honestly usually him because I fall asleep first, so I'll crawl in bed and then he comes to bed. He's like, "You're so warm," and he just hugs me like a cold block of
You
ice.
did it to me last
did it
time.
once.
I
I
was
did it
collecting all this warmth and you took it away.
I did it once, so now she knows what she's doing to me every single day.
Oh my gosh.
I
Well,
hate to
thank
do
you
this.
guys so much for joining us.
Never mind,
Jake-
you're doing it.
Thanks for having
What,
us.
Jake?
Thanks for having us.
Nothing. Nothing. Keep going. Keep
Were
going.
you doing the same thing?
Yep.
Yeah, no, we
I
gotta
sure
go.
was.
Mhm.
So thank you guys. I really appreciate you joining us, especially during your move and at 2 a.m. and now 3 a.m. and 3:30. And thank you. It is a huge appreciation. Next week we'll have a few highlights from this video. Hopefully Jake will be able to throw some together. And the week after we have a special guest for their special birthday. So that'll be fun. Jake, don't even. We already tried. So I tried to do the bot grinder edit, and my computer will not upload it. We had it going for over 24 hours, and it we can't use our internet if we're uploading to YouTube. Jake is Jake's arguing with himself.
Tell me you're not. Are you guys hearing the same thing I am?
That you're gonna do the thing?
Right?
Yeah, I think I feel like it.
Does she sound
The
like
what?
the devil right now?
The devil? It's not that bad.
Like
That
I don't know what's going on right here, but what I'm hearing is freaking weird.
It must be a bad connection.
Yes.
yeah. I don't think I sound that bad.
Oh.
Okay, bye, Jake.
If
All
you
right.
guys can hear this right now.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's our trash internet. That's exactly what it is. We have trash. It's like 5. Our speed is 5. So it's the best you
I'm
can
getting
get.
still
subliminal
stream, it's not
messages
bad.
and all sorts of weird stuff going on.
So Jake is being abducted by aliens. If you don't see him on the next show, this is why. For the rest of you, have a great night. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you want to check out our PayPal or any of those things, it's in our link. Rollins is saying he loves our show. He loves that Jake and I bicker. It's great. It's just our thing. No, we have love for each other. He knows. He's my dromie. And he's hearing me like a demon, so he's fucking dying over there. Whatever. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you again, Heiko and Lexi. And thank you, everyone who turned in and hung out for the show. We will see you in 2 weeks.